And if you want to understand the difference between how Senator McCain and I would govern as president, you can start by taking a look at how we've responded to this crisis. Because Senator McCain's approach was the same as the Bush administration's: support ideological policies that made the crisis more likely, do nothing as the crisis hits, and then scramble as the whole thing unravels.
I don't know how bad it's going to get. And obviously, the worse it gets, then the more there is a role for government. But I can't come down yet and give you a specific solution, because I don't claim to be smart enough. But I do have some confidence in Paulson, and I'm glad to see him more and more active in this issue. But I'd love to give you a solution, but I don't know.
Well, the dimension of this problem may be surprising to a lot of people, but to many people, many others, there were feelings that there was something amiss, something was going too fast, something was a little too hot.
Yeah.
Going back several years.
Yes.
Were you one of them? Or, I mean, you're a busy guy, you're looking at a lot of things. Maybe subprime mortgages wasn't something you focused on every day. But are you surprised?
Yeah, and I was surprised at the dot-com collapse, and I was surprised at other times in our history. I don't know if surprised is the word.
SNLs?
What'd you say?
The SNLs.
Yeah, the SNL.
Is this bigger than that?
You know, I don't know the dimensions.
Yeah,
it's hard to know what the dimensions of it are. As I say, I never thought I'd pick up the paper and see a city in Norway is somehow dramatically impacted by it. So, and this whole new derivative stuff and SIVs and all of this kind of new ways of packaging mortgages together and all that is something that, frankly, I don't know a lot about. But I do rely on a lot of smart people that I have that are both in my employ and are acquaintances of mine, and most of them did not anticipate this. Most of them. I mean, I can find some that did. But I don't really know of hardly anybody who, with the exception of a handful, that said, wait a minute, this thing is getting completely out of hand and is overheating. So I'd like to tell you I did anticipate it, but I have to give you straight talk, I did not.
Now, my approach has been to try to prevent this turmoil from occurring in the first place. In February of 2006, I introduced legislation to stop mortgage transactions that promoted fraud, risk, or abuse. A year later, before the crisis hit, I warned Secretary Paulson at the Treasury and Chairman Bernanke of the Fed about the risks of mounting foreclosures and urged them to bring together all the stakeholders to find solutions to the subprime mortgage meltdown. Senator McCain did nothing.